The Google Pixel 10 Pro Fold is a versatile foldable phone with impressively vibrant displays, a durable design, and better battery life than the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7 for $200 less. Plus, I actually prefer the camera quality in many of my test shots. It's just too bad that Google's Foldable comes in a relatively thick and heavy device. Talk about a tough act to follow. The Pixel 10 Pro Fold launches after the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7, which is so thin and light that it raised the bar for portability in foldable phones. But I've been testing Google's new Foldable and it actually beats Samsung's in several ways. The Pixel 10 Pro Fold gives you a beefier battery, an IP68 rating for dust and water resistance, and brighter displays, and all the comes for $200 less than the Z Fold 7, making Google's updated device a viable contender for best foldable phone. But the Pixel 10 Pro Fold's AI features don't always work as promised, and it feels seriously chunky next to Samsung's device. Let's look beyond the hype and break down the reasons to buy or skip in my full Google Pixel 10 Pro Fold review. Right out of the gate, the Pixel 10 Pro Fold scores a win with a lower price. You will pay $1,799 for 256 GB of storage and 16 GB of RAM compared to $1,999 grand for the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7 with the same amount of storage and 12 GB of RAM. When you are paying this much for a phone, a $200 gap might not seem like much, but you can upgrade to 512 GB for the Pixel and still pay $80 less than the 256 GB Galaxy Z Fold 7. The Pixel 10 Pro Fold release date is October 9. The Pixel 10 Pro Fold is indeed chunkier than the Galaxy Z Fold 7, but there is a definite advantage to its design. Its new gearless hinge allows the phone to be both water and dust resistant with its IP68 rating. That's a first for any foldable. In contrast, the Galaxy Z Fold 7 is rated IP48, which means small particles of dust can get in there and you definitely shouldn't take it to the beach. While we are talking design, I like the light green jade color on our review unit, but I preferred the more professional looking slate blue moonstone option. Samsung's blue shadow wins for wow factor too. When you have access to an 8-inch display on the go for surfing the web, streaming Netflix, and running two apps side by side, you want things to be as vibrant as possible. And the Pixel 10 Pro Fold outshines the Galaxy Z Fold 7 with a brighter OLED screen. The Pixel 10 Pro Fold display exceeded 2500 nits in our testing compared to 2000 nits for Samsung. And the front 6.4-inch screen is brighter too. I noticed the difference when watching the trailer for the new Mandalorian and Grogu movie outside. I could make out the action a bit easier on the Pixel 10 Pro Fold's 8-inch panel. The Z Fold 7 technically has a larger 6.5-inch cover display, but I actually preferred the Pixel 10 Pro Fold because it's wider and easier to type on. Another side benefit of the Pixel 10 Pro Fold's extra heft is its bigger battery. You get a 5015 mAh battery compared to 4400 mAh for the Galaxy Z Fold 7. In our web surfing battery test over 5G, the Pixel 10 Pro Fold lasted a very good 12 hours and 16 minutes. The Samsung endured for just 10 hours and 44 minutes. And when it's time to juice back up, only the Pixel 10 Pro Fold has the necessary magnets required for Key 2 charging with Google's PixelSnap stand. The Z Fold 7 needs a separate case to add this capability. If you charge with a wire, you will find that Pixel 10 Pro Fold can get up to 58% in 30 minutes with Google's 67-watt charger. That's slightly better than the 54% from Samsung's Foldable. The Pixel 10 Pro Fold 48 megapixel main camera may have less resolution than the 200 megapixel one on board the Galaxy Z Fold 7, but I preferred Google's camera phone in a number of shots. It has also 10.5 megapixel ultra wide and 10.8 megapixel 5x telephoto zoom lens. The selfie camera is 10 megapixel. Here are some camera samples of the Google Pixel 10 Pro Fold. The Pixel 10 Pro Fold has so many AI features, I think it's overkill, but there is some that really stand out. I personally like auto-based take for automatically creating the best group photo from multiple shots. Magic Q is pretty ingenious on paper. It can surface information that you need in the moment without having to jump between multiple apps. So if I call the airline with a question about my flight, the details will show up from my calendar. Too bad this feature didn't work at times when I tried it. I sent a text message to myself from another phone asking about photos from Bryant Park. The Google Photos icon showed up, but nothing happened when I tapped it. The Pixel 10 Pro Fold was smart enough to pull my flight time from my calendar when I inquired about that, although it presented the info in military time. When I tried calling United Airlines, Magic Q gave me the option to pull up info from my flight, but it showed the wrong info taken from a separate email, and it turns out that my corporate account isn't fully supported. Google is starting with personal Gmail accounts. Speaking of games, the Pixel 10 Pro Fold's Tensor G5 chip is not the best foldable for sheer performance. When playing Destiny Rising, I saw gorgeous graphics, but I noticed some dropped frames when lots of enemies were on screen at once. That is backed up by our lab testing, which we saw the Pixel 10 Pro Fold trail the Galaxy Z Fold 7's Snapdragon 8 Elite chip by 1500 points in one 3D Mark graphic test, and it couldn't even run other graphic tests that the Z Fold 7 can. And when it came to our video transcoding test, the Pixel 10 Pro needed over 2 minutes to finish compared to 52 seconds for the Galaxy Z Fold 7. It's hardly a deal breaker, but the Pixel 10 Pro Fold is limited to running 2 apps side by side. The Galaxy Z Fold 7 can run 3 apps at once, so that gives you a bit more flexibility. At least it's easy to create app pairs on the Pixel so that you can drag and drop content between windows. It's also worth noting that while the Pixel 10 Pro Fold has some exclusive AI goodies, some of the best AI features are found on both Google and Samsung phones. This includes instant access to Gemini Live for analyzing what's around you or what's on your screen. And I love the ability to use Ask Photos to make quick edits on photos just by typing or using your voice. See how quickly the Pixel 10 Pro Fold gets rid of these reflections. Overall, I think the Pixel 10 Pro Fold more than I thought, and in a perfect world I'd be able to get a foldable phone with all of its unique strengths, including its dust-proof design, brighter displays and bigger battery, in something just as thin and light as the Galaxy Z Fold 7. But since we don't live in the world, you have to make a choice. The Pixel 10 Pro Fold is a pretty compelling device for $200 less than the Samsung, but despite Google's advantages, I'd rather carry the Z Fold 7 as my everyday phone because it actually feels like a regular phone and not a foldable.